It'll be 1 month since the former president launched his third run at the White House, and new polls suggest that Republican voters may be tiring of what the former president's once promised would be, quote, so much winning. Instead, the polls suggest that after a brutal midterm for his chosen candidates, plus a never-ending series of bad headlines, they're perhaps more receptive than ever for a new party standard bearer. And yet, it's not good news for President Biden either, as voters of all stripes may be ready for new candidates on both sides. For the details, we go to CNN's John King.
Anderson, I know for many people it's too early to talk 2024, but consider this poll a baseline and this clear conclusion. Voters in both parties, clear majorities, are looking for somebody new. We asked Republicans and Republican-leading voters in our poll, do you want Donald Trump to be the nominee for the Republicans in 2024, or do you want a different candidate? 62%, more than 6 in 10 Republicans say, give us somebody new, please. 38% say Donald Trump. President Biden fares a little better, but not all that much. Look at this, 6 in 10, 59% of Democrats or Democratic-leaning voters say, we'd like a new candidate in 2024. 4 in 10 Democrats say, let's stick with the incumbent Democrat we have. And so what, though, if Trump is the nominee? Would Republicans vote for him? Well, 2/3 say yes. That is significant, though. Doesn't mean this would stick for 2 years, but 32% of Republicans say no. That leaves an opening for Democrats to get those votes, but 2/3 say yes. On this question, Anderson, Joe Biden does fare a little better. 66 for Trump, 78% of Democrats say maybe we prefer a new candidate, but if Joe Biden is our nominee in 2024, we will vote to re-elect. Nearly 8 in 10 Democrats say that, 22% say no. So what about your trajectory? How are you ending the year compared to how you began the year? Let's start with the president. President Biden's in better shape. At the beginning of the year, he was at 45%. Then in July, he dipped to 25%. Here in December, 40% of Democrats say he should be their nominee. So not as strong as he was to open the year, but stronger than he was in the summertime. It is the flip side when you look at this from the Trump question. At the beginning of 2022, 50% of Republicans say we want Donald Trump as our nominee. That dropped to 44% in July. It is now down to 38%. So the trajectory for Trump is heading in the wrong direction. President Biden has stabilized some. Now, if your name is someone besides Trump, you're in strong shape in the Republican primaries. That's a joke, but look at the poll here. 53% of Republicans, Republican-leaning voters, said we want somebody besides Trump. They're open-minded as to who it should be. There is no doubt, though, Anderson, if you look at this poll and other polling out there, the Florida governor, Ron DeSantis, is, if it's not Trump, Ron DeSantis is in the strongest position at this very, very, very early day. Look, 38% of Republican and Republican-leaning voters say Ron DeSantis. Nobody else. Nobody else gets even close. It's almost not worth considering. Mitt Romney was the nominee in 2012. Mike Pence was Donald Trump's vice president. Ted Cruz ran before. Nikki Haley, former South Carolina governor, Trump's ambassador to the United Nations. They're all at 1%. So Ron DeSantis has a commanding position at this early stage, unless someone besides Trump gets in the Republican race. Anderson.
John King, appreciate it. Thank you. Perspective.